Hey everybody, this is your boy F Major, and welcome to the Divided We Game podcast, where we talk, we laugh, we live, we learn, we podcast, and we game. And some more shit. So don't get it twisted out there in podcast land. We do it all. Okay? Just so you know. What's up, everybody? I'm so glad to be here. This is going to be a little mini episode, and the reason why I'm doing it is I wanted to address some of the feedback we've gotten since we had our first show out September the 10th as a unit. We've received feedback, and all of it has been positive, and thank you so much for the people who have been writing in or, getting in touch with us in one way or the other. There wasn't much feedback because not a lot of people know about the show, but the feedback that we did get was on point. So I just wanted to take this show to address some of the logistical stuff so that it doesn't take out time in the next main show, which is on October the 10th. Don't really have any announcements right now. The only thing I can think of is we have 2 more regular episodes coming out. I think Crowbot's going to come through with a review, and Michael's going to come through with, he's been working on a beta game, so he's going to come through with his thoughts on that. And then we have the main show on October the 10th. You don't want to miss that. Now, the stuff that I wanted to address, like I say, it's logistical stuff. It's not related to games or gaming. We'll address all that feedback on the October 10th episode. But what was brought up was some stuff that I feel like need to be addressed. So I'm going to do that now. The first thing was people have asked about the professionalism of the show. And I'm here to tell you, this is not that kind of show. We are just 6 gamer dudes, and this is in the bio for the podcast on iTunes. If you go look, we're just a diverse group of gamer dudes who enjoy gaming. Nothing more than that. This is not supposed to be some type of CNN analyst or analytic venture where we break it down like X. This is not IGN, and it's not GameStop or GameSpot. I think that's what it's called. GameSpot, the website, not GameStop, the store. In any case, this is not that. We're just regular, everyday gamers. We're not a gaming team. We're just people who like to game and like to share our opinions on what we have played. That's it. Nothing more than that. So don't read too much into it. Divided We Game is not supposed to be where you go to get your expert analytics and all that stuff. This is where you come to have fun with what you're playing. When it gets to be not fun anymore, that's when it becomes work. That is not what this is meant to be. This is just meant to be an outlet for us to discuss and talk about the different aspects of gaming and games that we like, and a place where we can intermingle and share ideas and concepts about stuff that we find interesting in the realm of gaming. So don't look for professionalism in this podcast ever. If we ever do that, it's not our show anymore. We done sold this show to like Viacom or CBS or something like that, because it ain't ever going to be no professionalism up in here. We're just guys having a good time. That's it. One of the questions was, how come, and I do feel bad about this because I thought about this before, how come there aren't any girls on the diverse cast of gamer dudes? There's a reason for that. It is because all of us live in the same area. We all live within 40 miles of each other. Most of us live within 5 miles of each other. When coming up with what we wanted for DWG, we decided we wanted everybody to be close. So if there was ever a time where we needed to coalesce as a group, we would be close enough so that we would be able to schedule a time and make that happen. That's why, because here's the other thing. Something else about Divided We Game that people don't know is this was supposed to be an all-black cast. This was supposed to be an all-black show. I am black. I am from the East Coast. I come from a predominantly black city. All my gamer friends back home are black. That's what was supposed to happen. However, I don't live there anymore. I live in the Eugene area of Oregon. So I had to get a group together of people who shared the same interests and could do this show properly. So I haven't abandoned the idea of having a knockoff, a spinoff or something of this podcast with just a black cast. I have not ruled that out. That may be something coming in the future. Because here's the thing you need to know about me. In coming up with this project, I never wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be Like the guys that you hear talking who are sharing their opinions about games and stuff, they are the Jackson 5. Nigga, I'm Joe Jackson. Okay, I stick my foot in everybody's ass. That's what my job it is to do. They are NWA. I am Suge Knight. Do you get what I'm saying? They are Tina Turner. I'm Ike. All right, so maybe that can help you understand what my role is in all of this. I never really wanted to be a part of the show. I wanted to create this for other people to have their voices heard. I just wanted to be in the background. The reason why you hear me most of the time is because since I know what the show is supposed to be, I'm a good guide for the group. Until they're able to fly on their own, I'm still going to be here. I'll probably be here after that because I do love the game. And I do enjoy talking on the show more than I thought I would. But those of you who know me know I have other podcasts that I do. So this is just me helping along the guys. I could not have done better with the group of guys that I got. I am so blessed that I have Michael and Corey and James and everybody. I am so blessed. This is the greatest group of guys I could have possibly imagined having. But that didn't answer your question. The answer to your question is what I'm thinking about doing. And if we can get enough interest in this area to make this happen, I would like to see an all-female podcast to counter the male podcast, also a gaming podcast, if you get what I'm saying. When I was pitching this to the guys about the show, I told them I want to have one girl. Couldn't find one. Well, now I'm like, damn that, let's just get all girls. Let's have an all-girl show. Why not? It's possible. It can be done. And a lot of the shit that I learned about the outside shit of gaming, I learned from girls. I had no idea what Gamergate was until a chick told me. So I think it would be neat to have us and then have an all-girl group. And then maybe when I go back home and set that up, have an all-black group. Just stuff to keep it. And all of us will be connected. So Divided We Game that you're listening to now will be connected to the girls group, will be connected to the black group. And now we can have complete podcasts where we can bounce ideas off of each other and possibly have events and do things together, you know. So that's what I'm thinking about. Now, we're in the very, very early stages of Divided We Game right now. There is no guarantee that this project is going to take off. Because we don't know yet, I can only worry about what's happening with Divided We Game right now. And it's going great. But that don't mean it's going to stay. We're going to keep this upward momentum. I have no guarantees about what's going to happen. And I let the guys know that every chance I get, we don't know what's going to happen. All we're going to do is keep pumping out this stellar content and hope that people will catch on and that the show will grow and that we will be able to share our thoughts and feelings and stuff like that with you as well. We want you to share your thoughts and shit with us. The worst part about doing this show and being new is that since very few people know about it, we don't get that much feedback. We would love to be able to interact with people who are listening to the show because we know that we don't know everything. Like I said, this is not a professional show. We're just sharing what we know and what our opinions are. However, when we were doing the Fortnite versus PUBG thing, I'm pretty positive there are stances and takes and stuff on that topic that we may have missed. And maybe one of you out there have something to plug into it. Well, call into the show or write us and let us know what your take on it is. That's what this show is for. In any case, so I just answered professionalism. I answered what my role is in the show. I answered why we don't have girls. I think I got one left. Are we a team? No, we are not a gamer team. You're not going to see us playing some Japanese team in League of Legends or no shit like that. We are not a team, not a competitive team. We're a team of podcasters, but we're not a team. And for the person that asked about J2, it's a long story. When we do play together, and we're going to set this up very shortly. When we do play together, if we have to go up against somebody else, it would be more professional, even though we don't give a fuck about being professional. It would be more professional for us to have a team name because that's what teams do. Now, we would never be playing to compete or for money, anything like that. But let's say Brad called me up and like, okay, we're going to run a squad for Fortnite or whatever. Well, if me and Michael and Austin and Brad got together and ran a squad for Fortnite, it would be appropriate for us to have a name for our squad. J2. What J2 is, the people who are listening who know me from the Great Divide podcast know that I always refer to the people who listen as the divided. I thought that would be appropriate for this podcast, but the divided, that doesn't sound like any team name I've ever heard of. So what I did was I started looking up how to say divided in specifically Nordic languages. And the reason why I wanted to find it in like a Nordic language was because whenever you're playing any kind of RPG, almost all of them have a race of people or a group or a class or whatever that's from the Viking area of the world, from the Norwegian area of the world. Like, not Iceland, Norway, Finland, Sweden, places that are really far up north. And so what I said was, maybe one of these words will say the same thing, but sound cool. And it turns out in Finland, or in the language Finnish, the divided is J2. J-A-E-T-T-U. So for sure, I just call us the J2. So that's where the team name came from, but we're not a team. We will be running and streaming us playing Fortnite together at some point. Where we've talked about it, we're going to do it. I'm just not sure when yet. So anyway, hopefully that answers most of the logistical questions you guys have had for the show. If you want to get in touch with us with more, you can always email us at dividedwegame@gmail.com or call the voicemail line, which is open 24 hours a day at 541-357-7585. Make sure you leave your messages to be 2 minutes or less. That way it don't take up too much time off the show. In any case, this is your boy F Major. You can find me on Xbox One, PS4, and Steam under my game name, Proxicus. Like that, don't you? Like how I roll my tongue on that. We all like the vibrato in that shit, didn't you? Anyway, you can find me on all those platforms. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Google Play Podcasts, Feedburner, or you can listen to shows by visiting the website at greatdivide.us. Until next time, this is your boy Proxicus. See you next mission.